Chapter 10 of the Book of Acts. Translated by John Nelson Darby. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Aaron Holtstrand. Chapter 10. But a certain man in Caesarea, by name Cornelius, a centurion of the band called Italic, pious and fearing God with all his house, both giving much alms to the people and supplicating God continually, saw plainly in a vision about the 9th hour of the day an angel of God coming unto him and saying to him, Cornelius. But he, having fixed his eyes upon him and become full of fear, said, What is it, Lord? And he said to him, Thy prayers and thine alms have gone up for a memorial before God. And now send men to Joppa and fetch Simon, who is surnamed Peter. He lodges with a certain Simon, a tanner, whose house is by the sea. And when the angel who was speaking to him had departed, having called 2 of his household and a pious soldier of those who were constantly with him, and related all things to them, he sent them to Joppa. And on the morrow, as these were journeying and drawing near to the city, Peter went up on the house to pray, about the 6th hour, and he became hungry and desired to eat. But as they were making ready, an ecstasy came upon him, and he beholds the heaven opened up, and a certain vessel descending, as a great sheet, bound by the 4 corners and let down to the earth, in which were all the quadrupeds and creeping things of the earth, and the fowls of the heaven. And there was a voice to him, Rise, Peter, slay and eat. And Peter said, In no wise, Lord, for I have never eaten anything common or unclean. And there was a voice again the second time to him, What God has cleansed, do not thou make common. And this took place thrice, and the vessel was straightway taken up into heaven. And as Peter doubted in himself what the vision which he had seen might mean, behold, also the men who were sent from Cornelius, having sought out the house of Simon, stood at the gate, and having called some one, inquired if Simon, who was surnamed Peter, was lodged there. But as Peter continued pondering over the vision, the Spirit said to him, Behold, 3 men seek thee. But rise up, go down, and go with them, nothing doubting, because I have sent them. And Peter, going down to the men, said, Behold, I am he whom ye seek. What is the cause for which ye come? And they said, Cornelius, a centurion, a righteous man, and fearing God, and borne witness to by the whole nation of the Jews, has been divinely instructed by a holy angel to send for thee to his house, and hear words from thee. Having therefore invited them in, he lodged them. And on the morrow, rising up, he went away with them, and certain of the brethren from Joppa went with him. And on the morrow they came to Caesarea. But Cornelius was looking for them, having called together his kinsmen and his intimate friends. And when Peter was now coming in, Cornelius met him, and falling down did him homage. But Peter made him rise, saying, Rise up, I myself also am a man. And he went in talking with him, and found many gathered together. And he said to them, Ye know how it is unlawful for a Jew to be joined or come to one of a strange race. And to me God has shown to call no man common or unclean. Wherefore also, having been sent for, I came without saying anything against it. I inquire therefore for what ye have sent for me. And Cornelius said, 4 days ago I had been fasting unto this hour, and the 9th I was praying in my house, and lo, a man stood before me in bright clothing, and said, Cornelius, thy prayer has been heard, and thy alms have come in remembrance before God. Send therefore to Joppa, and fetch Simon, who is surnamed Peter. He lodges in the house of Simon, a tanner by the sea, who, when he is come, will speak to thee. Immediately therefore I sent to thee, and thou hast well done in coming. Now therefore we are all present before God to hear all things that are commanded thee of God. And Peter, opening his mouth, said, Of a truth I perceive that God is no respecter of persons, but in every nation he that fears him and works righteousness is acceptable to him. The word which he sent to the sons of Israel, preaching peace by Jesus Christ, he is Lord of all things, ye know, the testimony which has spread through the whole of Judea, beginning from Galilee, after the baptism which John preached, Jesus, who was of Nazareth, how God anointed him with the Holy Spirit and with power, who went through all quarters doing good, and healing all that were under the power of the devil, because God was with him. We also are witnesses of all things which he did both in the country of the Jews and in Jerusalem, whom they also slew, having hanged him on a cross. This man God raised up the third day and gave him to be openly seen, not of all the people, but of witnesses who were chosen before of God, us who have eaten and drunk with him after he arose from among the dead. And he commanded us to preach to the people and to testify that he it is who was determinately appointed of God to be judge of living and dead. To him all the prophets bear witness that every one that believes on him will receive through his name remission of sins. While Peter was yet speaking these words, the Holy Spirit fell upon all those who were hearing the word. And the faithful of the circumcision were astonished, as many as came with Peter, that upon the nations also the gift of the Holy Spirit was poured out. For they heard them speaking with tongues and magnifying God. Then Peter answered, Can any one forbid water that these should not be baptized, who have received the Holy Spirit, as we also did? And he ordered them to be baptized in the name of the Lord. Then they begged him to stay some days. End of chapter 10. Recording by Aaron Holtstrand.